G be a function which is from R till R, be given by Gx is equal to 3 plus 4x, and then we are given a successive composition of G function, which is G raised power, not raised to power, but it's just a way of representation. Gn times x is taking the successive composition of it n times, right? Then we need to find the inverse of Gnx, right? All right. So we'll start with the base case, whatever it is given to us. So the base case is Gx is equal to 3 plus 4x. So now we'll use the given information to find out the rest of the things. Now calculating successive compositions. So we'll first calculate G1 of x, which is given 4x plus 3. I'm writing variable first because constant, if it remains at the last, it is easier to represent the calculation, right? Okay, then what is G of Gx? Then we'll substitute this 4x plus 3 in place of x, right? Then we'll get 16x plus 5, 15. Then we'll calculate G of G2x, right? So if another way of writing is that G of Gx, right? And we know that this is already G2 of x, which we calculated 16x plus 5, right? So that means that we'll just directly substitute it in this thing in the place of x, and we'll get 64x plus 63. We need to, you can calculate more terms. G4 of x is also you can calculate. But after 3 terms, we can see certain pattern, right? So now we got 4x plus 3, 16x plus 15, 64x plus 3. So we see that this thing is divided into two parts. This format, ax plus b, where a is the coefficient of x and b is the constant term, and they all are variating, right, in a certain way. Even if they are not variating in a certain pattern, we'll solve it in a different way, but let's just look for it to make our life simpler, right? So now the coefficient of x is 4, 16 and 64. Can we notice one thing? That isn't it 4 raised to power 1, 4 raised to power 2 and 4 raised to power 3, right? Right? So this is what we calculated. Similarly, when we see the coefficient of constant terms, 3, 15, 63, so we see that 3 is just 1 less than 4. 15 is also 16 minus 1 and 63 is also 64 minus 1. And since we already found the pattern of the coefficient of x, the pattern of the second term is also very obvious. That is 4 raised to power n minus 1. We'll generalize it because when we see our option, we see that the options are also generalized, right? All right. Okay, let's generalize. So now we finally found